Mic check 1 2 1 2. Okay, it looks like we're all good. Good evening, guys. How are we doing? I apparently turned on subscribers only mode. Mason, are you clicking buttons over there, Mason? I got a little bit of a headache. I just took some ibuprofen, so hopefully that goes away shortly, and we battle on. It's looking like I missed the short from 370. I'm not going to hop on here. Hey, good morning, Paul. Welcome. First stream? Or just first time chatting? Phoenix, I thought you already were a member. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. Yes, new subscriber. Nice, Paul. Nice, Paul. Glad to have you on board. Today was kind of wild, guys. I ended up making 4.4K today, and it was all really, really fast. It was early. I caught the short from, I don't even know where I was short from today. Let's see here. Get my charts all set up. I want to say I was short from like 665 maybe. And I wrote it down. I pretty much caught this whole flush off the open. So like it was a good day and early. And then I really just kind of watched the GFZ zone get traded all day. So I wasn't interested in operating there. How'd your guys' day go? Mason, I know how your day went, but the rest of you who are in the chat right now, how'd your day go? It looked like a lot of people were green. Phoenix, you're first because you deny Palm's existence. Girlfriend zone tenor. Yeah, the GFZ is funny. Third green day this week, Brad. Nice. Considering there's only been 3 trading days this week, that's great. I guess technically there's been 4. What's up, Dr. Phil? How are you? Yeah, Palm is dead to you now, Phoenix. Oh no. Hey, Phoenix, we had a new subscriber in the chat. I don't know if it was last night or the stream prior, but he was from India as well. You got some competition. I can't. Omarito maybe was his name, I want to say. Nice, tenor. Yeah. There was no reason, like if you didn't catch the first sell-off, it got pretty volatile chop in here. So I don't blame you for sitting out. You know, if you didn't catch this move off the open, it was kind of hard to get a gauge about where we were going. Well, not everyone has a life. Desi got wrecked. Desi, I'm assuming you're talking about Vincent. Oh yeah, Brad, the GFZ zone. Like, if you see me label those zones, let's see. What was my trading plan this morning? Let's see if I can pull up my chart. From this morning. So I had these 2 areas labeled as, hey, Omarito. I had these levels labeled as GFC zones. In other words, they're just don't execute in this area zones. And you can kind of tell from today what happened as we got there. Let's go back to the charts and get Discord out of here. Once we got down into that zone, it was just chop central. So I wasn't interested in executing there. How did I do today, Savvy? Savvy, I made a little over 4K today. I've been trading really, really well. Really, really well I'll say the last month, really. I've had maybe one red day in the last month. But it's been kind of nice because I've been able to catch like the early move, right? And just kind of sit back and relax for the rest of the day. I haven't had to like battle at all. Yeah, Savvy, I've noticed, thanks Dr. Phil, I see you. I've noticed that I obviously am better, even if I'm trading to the short side, right? You know how I said I've taken, over the last month, I've taken actually 72% of my positions have been short positions, and only 28% have been long positions. But I still think I'm a better trader in a bull market than I am in a bear market, right? And I realized that a while ago, obviously. So I've really concentrated on working on my short side positions, my short entries, in a bull market, because like I said, my philosophy is if I can trade it in a bull market well, I should be able to capitalize when the market does take a turn to the downside, right? Like if I can do it in the toughest conditions that there are for short side traders, I should be able to do it when it's easy. So I really challenged myself to kind of focus on the short side trades rather than the longs, which I know seems counterintuitive, but like it's what I needed to do. It's what I need to do to get better myself. It's one of my glaring weaknesses. I got so sick of watching these guys in a bear market bank on these 400 or 500 point sell-off days. I got so sick of watching it and missing out on them. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna miss out on these moves anymore. Yeah, Brad, I know. Here's the problem, right? With the whole tariff situation is like it's clear what's going on. You know, Trump throws a ridiculous number out there. He throws tariffs on. He's just trying to get foreign leaders to the negotiating table to renegotiate terms, right? Like, that's his tactic. Come in hot and heavy, get him to the negotiating table, and better the terms. The problem is people overreact to it, especially institutions, and this the kind of movement that we saw last night and today are the result. You know, you get massive fear in the market, and everybody just unloads positions. Like, quite frankly, excuse me, the pump last night really was unwarranted, to tell you the truth. I mean, this wasn't all Nvidia earnings. It was Judge like blocking Trump tariffs, right? Like, that's why the market pumped like that. The sell-off today, I kind of expected. You know, in my pre-market trading plan, I kind of said I'm expecting the full move to retrace at this point because of what this move was based off of. And we closed flat pretty much on the session, you know. But generally, when you get these straight up moves, you get straight back down through that same area. This time it just happened a lot faster. So tonight, If we continue to fall, I'll be watching this 250 to 230 area for a bounce. It seems to be the next area where buyers would try to step in to defend. If we reclaim back above 350 and are holding above, I'll look to long that. We do have a little bit of support here at psych level 300 to keep an eye on as well. I don't necessarily expect this to hold. I kind of want it to come down here and clean up some liquidity lower. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for tonight. Kind of upset I didn't catch this break and retest short here from 370. That was the obvious move tonight that I can see. So how's everybody doing? Anybody in a trade right now? You heard someone caught it, Mason? Yeah, you caught it all right. You caught it all right. I was actually watching, Mason, when you messaged me, I was actually watching the new Bob Does Sports release. 18 hole drinking challenge where they have to drink I want to say they're drinking like a transfusion once every hole, like 18 drinks. That's each. No trade right now, not too much volume. Yeah, I mean, there was a big move today, right? Like you expect you expect the market to take a breath every now and then after big moves like that, especially on the overnight and then RTH selling off the way that it did. So I don't, especially, yeah, Savvy, exactly. Especially if you made good money today, there's no reason to give any of that back in this, you know. It is directional though. So, you know, you're seeing these are 5-minute candles, so it is trading directionally. So if you get a good entry, you can hang on to it for a little bit. Looks like the gap on the open didn't completely fill. It only missed by a few points, but there is still about 3 points of wiggle room up here to the top side that might, if we do start heading, would act as a pretty good target. If we do start turning around and heading up. This will be the last stream this week, guys. I'm not going to do anything for Friday. Tomorrow, I'm going to kind of take the day off. I might trade a little bit tomorrow during RTH, but I'm going to relax a little bit. I've had a pretty good week this week. I don't even know what I'm up. I want to say I've had another 5-figure week, so I'm content with what I've made already this week. I mean, we're getting some movement. No, Brad, I'm just going to do some work around the house probably. I've got to take some pictures for thumbnails at some point as well. Yeah, DJ, like that's how it's going to be. There's low volume, so price is going to spike randomly. That's why it's kind of important to be executing at the levels so that you know when you're wrong right away. But I don't really have any big plans, you know. I'm just gonna relax, hopefully. Do some laundry, you know, adult things. Put on my big boy pants and and do what needs to be done around the house. I'm thinking about, guys, actually redoing the back wall over here where like the picture and the cabinet are, and doing like you're still recovering from Vegas, Brad? Yeah, that takes a few days. Doing like a wood slat wall panel on that back wall to darken out everything a little bit more so that it doesn't look so yellowy. Because when I look at the camera, it almost looks like that wall is yellow, when in reality that wall is like a gray. But cameras don't like light things. Oh, you met a big time options trader out in Vegas, Brad? That's interesting. That's cool. I kind of want to see 350 get traded again. We do have the overnight sessions POC there at, what is that at? 336. But it's looking like we might be range bound for the night session. So we'll play accordingly. Pretty much traded right back into the POC there. I want to see it get back above here and kind of get up towards 350. And then we'll see what happens if it gets there. Say we still got some people filing in, tuning in. If you're lurking, say hello in the chat. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you want to support the channel. Man, I gotta quit saying that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to sound like starting to sound like one of these streaming traders. Was it Brando? It was his enemy, Brad. Sam. Yeah, Savvy. Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know how to do it without sounding like. Okay, influencer streaming trader. I get it. I'm a streaming trader. I get it. All right, we're coming back into that 350 area. I'm going to be a little bit interested to watch this, so I'm going to pay attention to the charts here. We do have a block down at 300. Overnight sessions, sometimes they like to leave those. Get really close to filling them and then leave them behind. Got a decent size order up here around 400. Wonder how big this guy is. Let's see. $3.99. A 200 block sitting up there at $3.99. So that could be a draw. It wouldn't quite be a gap fill, though. How about you guys? Anybody got good plans this weekend? Mason, you're golfing on Saturday? Oh, nice. Like actually golfing, or are we talking mini golf? Or just a driving range session? Going to the driving range? Okay. Yeah, golf is one of the... It's frustrating because it's the most difficult sport that I've played, right? Like, it seems so easy to hit that ball into that hole, but it's not as easy as it looks. Yeah, Phoenix. Like, it's these Globex sessions sometimes don't move a whole lot. That's why I like it when the chat's flying around. It keeps me entertained and engaged. I feed off your guys' energy. Is how these things go. Shouldn't it be the other way around? It goes both ways though, Phoenix, right? Like, if you go watch any kind of like streamer, they're always responding to their chat, right? For the most part. Like that's how they're doing it. That's how they're providing entertainment, is they're engaging with their chat. Yeah, DJ, we might still, right? Like, we might just be grabbing some liquidity for another move lower, collecting some sellers for the move lower. Like I said, there is that block down there at 300. You can kind of see interest is to the downside. We do have a little interest to the top side, but it's not the immediate draw. The chat isn't the same without meth stream recommendations. Who was recommending meth streams? DCD? Yeah, DCD. I don't know what he's doing tonight. I'm sure he'll pop in at some point and say hello. We should ban him. No, DCD's cool. You two go at each other. It's your guys' love language. Alright, let's see if we can get this push up to 350, and then we'll see what happens. If rejection steps in at this 350 to 370, I'm probably going to try a short back into 300. We do have like continued selling pressure a little bit. So I kind of want to see sellers step in there. And it looks like that 200 block is gone now from 400 too. He pulled his order. I think he moved it up actually. He moved it up to 520. Oh, Marito, what balance do I recommend? Okay, so here's the thing, right? I always waited until I had 4K, like when I was starting out on my balances, so that I could pull 2,000, and then I would still have the full 2,000 in drawdown on the 50K account, right? Because that's what I trade, is the 50K accounts. I don't do the larger ones. So I always recommend going double whatever the drawdown is set at. You know, like whenever the drawdown stops trailing, double that amount, and that's when I request. But really, it's up to you. It really depends on what your financial situation is. You know, if say you're in a 50K account on an XFA and you make $2,500 and you could really use the $500, pull the $500. I'm a firm believer in paying yourself back what you put into it, right? Like, you should definitely not allow a decent sized balance to just disappear without at least getting back what you put into it and coming out of it break even. So I would say $2,500, pull 500 out. I always wait till 4K because that immediate money isn't a necessity. But really, it all depends on your situation, really. And nowadays, Omarito, I pretty much take 1 or 2 payouts a year. They're just big payouts. I don't really pull from my accounts a whole lot. I just let them build. Well, at least my live account I do. But how I currently have all my trading and stuff set up is I have an LLC, like a personal LLC, that I funnel all my money through, and then I pay myself once a year annually as like a salaried employee, right? From that LLC. That way, like when I make purchases like PCs or monitors or desk or anything like that, I can even write off the electricity from this room. A portion of the bill I can write off because it's technically my office for my business, right? You never got a payout, Omarito? And you have 2 XFAs right now, and you're about to pass the 3rd. That's nice. All 50Ks? Okay. Yeah, that's what I trade. Like if your risk is right, it doesn't make sense to purchase the bigger ones. It doesn't make any sense because once you're in those funded accounts, for the most part, the rules are the same. You know. Shoot, my friend Goose, I think he trades the 25Ks and just builds the balance on those. Because they're just so cheap. Obviously, Top Step doesn't have a 25K option, but there's other props out there that do. All right, here comes that 350. Let's see what happens here. My level's a little bit off. Let's move this up. Looks like we got 20 people in here right now. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, 50Ks are the best value for your dollar, right? Like, they give you 2K in drawdown. Shoot, with my funded futures, they give you 2,500 in drawdown on their 50Ks. Honestly, my funded futures is probably the best bang for your buck, right? They don't have an activation fee, and I want to say they're starter plans on the 50Ks are $97 all in. So that's actually the best value out there. Unless Apex is running one of their 90% sales with $80 activation fees, right? And even then, it's really close to what my Funded Futures is standard on their starter 50K packages. So the best bang for your buck is with my Funded Futures for sure. I want to say Goose told me last night that Lucid has a deal going on right now where their 50K accounts are... Hey, what's good, Pegs? Their 50K accounts, it's a brand new prop firm, very new. Like, I just heard about them a couple weeks ago. Their 50K accounts are like $93, I think, which is really good. Really, really good. But like I said, they're very new, so I haven't heard a whole lot about them. Yeah, Pegs. It's this 350 area is a magnet right now. I don't know what I want to do though. Like, I am interested in a position here, but it's like it's just back and forth. And hard to get a good read on it. I would have taken this, Pegs. I would have taken this break and retest of 370, right? But I wasn't streaming yet, and I wasn't at my desk, so I missed that. Where's the kelp mid at right now? At 360. All right, so maybe we come up here, tap kelp mid, and if we get a rejection, I might try the short. If it breaks above 360, I'll be watching that 370 area for a rejection. If we get above 370, it's probably long and strong. Long and strong right back into the GFZ. So probably a long targeting, at least the gap fill, you know, up here to like 410-ish would make sense. Yeah, Pegs. I mean, your next trade should be your pass. Take that. Just wait for the A+ setup. Anything that you're going to see tonight is not going to be an A+ setup. Let's just put it that way. It's just not going. There's no A+ setup in this. This is kind of like a B setup. This was an A+, right? Wick. Reclaim 350. Granted, this is a massive wick, but like wick, reclaim 350 for the long entry. That's an A+ setup. This, where you have a bunch of chop prior to it, is kind of like a B setup, right? Like you still have a break and retest, but you want the immediate reaction. All right. Looks like we're rejecting 350. I'm going to try the short. Oh, what a terrible fill I just got. What an awful, awful fill I just got. I'll be out on new highs. Yeah, that was brutal. I was trying to get it in the high 40s, and it gave me a fill at 43. Yeah, that was brutal. Right at the bottom of the candle, too. I'm probably taking the L here. I'm just not willing to give it more than that. Not on Globex. Yeah, Mason, that fill was awful. Like, as soon as I clicked the button, it was like I was down. Pegs, I made a little over 4K. No, I just think the market, like, jumped right when I clicked the button. I don't know that it was necessarily slippage. Because I definitely hit the bid, right? Pegs, when you grow up, you want to be like me. No, you want to be better than me, Pegs. The goal is to be better. The goal is to be the best. Oh, am I going to get lucky and get out of this? Hey, all right. I got lucky, guys. I will take a break even at this point. Sure. Sure. Yeah, that was timely. Market owed me that. It owed me that for that nasty fill. Alright, let's lock some. Whoa, 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 whoa. I tried to lock something in quick. Didn't let me. It's bounce POC. But hey, I'm getting out break even, so I'm all right with it. Like, I'm fine. I'm fine. It gave me the worst fill ever. And I got out unscathed. What was I up there? Like $200 at one point? Yeah, Pegs, that was... But see, that just goes to show that, like, having the levels, right? Like, protect you. Like, if you know where key areas are, where you know buyers and sellers are doing their transaction, you know when you're wrong. Like, that was a tight stop. Even with that bad fill, I was only risking, what, 9 points? And maybe 10 points? And if I was wrong, I was going to be wrong immediately. It was going to pump right back up to 60 and up to 70. And even with that bad fill, I knew that once 50 broke to the top side, I would be dead wrong, or it was going to smack off there, right? So my risk is like easily defined, and my target is a lot larger. Yeah, what did I make on that? 30 bucks? $30. What do I use for POC? I just use the standard volume profile. So my settings are... So 70% value area. And it's just a standard volume profile. The period is today, so it's really since 6 o'clock Eastern Standard pegs is when it starts calculating. So all this volume is from 6 o'clock forward, or maybe it's 7. I can't remember what time they flip the volume profiles. I can't remember. It all depends on which data provider you're using. Like, because this is on Top Step, it's rhythmic. CQG is going to be something a little bit different. DX feed's going to be something a little bit different. So it all depends on what your data provider is. They all use different calculations or different things to calculate those things. So it could be slightly off. Man, the pivots are wide for tomorrow, boys and girls. If there's any girls watching, if you're lurking, say hello in the chat. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Yeah, wow, did I get lucky there. Well, first I got unlucky, and then I got very lucky. Mason, Nightbot is going off. Nightbot needs some work. Nightbot is just... Nightbot's getting annoying. Nightbot needs to chill out. Nightbot is being a pushy salesman is what Nightbot's being. Mason, I actually think because we have stream elements, we can use like a Streamlabs bot like that. I'm fairly certain we can for free. If you want to use a different bot. Is Nightbot the one that comes with YouTube? I can't remember. You're putting it on the to-do list? All right. That list is growing. It's expanding, Mason. That to-do list is expanding. Savvy, if you're still here, it looks like gold's moving around a little bit. We're right back to that level we were 2 nights ago. Pegs, I don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. The entry was definitely higher for the short on gold. Is Bitcoin pulling back? Let's see. 106.5. Let's see. YM's probably not doing anything. RTY is probably not doing anything. Just chopping. Chopping. I have a feeling this short would have panned out. Especially only targeting a run of these lows. Guys, we are going to have a Quant Tower setup video for those of you that are tuned in that want to switch platforms. Obviously I trade on Quant Tower. It's going to be just a quick like chart setup tutorial coming out in the next few days. Very basic, very beginner friendly. Not too much detail, but we are planning on doing more advanced features and setup videos for Quant Tower in the future. This one is just kind of, hey, here's a trading platform you can set up in less than 5 minutes to start trading, right? This one is just going to be very, very basic. We're trying to get some new beginning traders in here that want to learn and not feel like they're having a course shoved down their throat in the process. Make sure to add the Glizzy 5000. No, Kyle, the Glizzy won't be a part of that. The Glizzy won't be a part of that. Glizzy's for advanced traders, right? Like it's definitely, that is definitely not a beginner friendly indicator. Let's put it that way. Now, this is basically just, hey, here's Quant Tower. You can set up your charts this quick, and you're ready to trade. It's not going to be a very long video. It's probably going to be 4 to 5 minutes, just really quick. Yeah, Pegs, that was my thought process was, hey, let's put something out that's really, really simple that, A, will force people to ask questions, like, and will lead to, like, further development of content, right? Like obviously people are going to see those blank charts and be like, okay, so how do I do this? You know, well, answer in the ask in the comments. Because you know YouTube loves people commenting on your content for some reason. Apparently that's what they look for. They want to see lots of comments, lots of thumbs up. Lots of new engagement, lots of new subscribers. Yeah, Pegs. I don't know what we're gonna do for title just yet. You know, something simple like my 2025 Quant Tower chart setup tutorial. I think we should probably put something about it being less than 5 minutes on there, a quick, easy time frame. Yeah, just something really basic. Less than 5 minutes in the thumbnail. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that, Pegs. Yeah, I may have to pick your brain on the YouTube side of things. You have a very successful channel. Well, in my eyes, you have a very successful channel. You know, you got a play button. You do need to get the check mark though, Pegs. Like, you need to get verified, brother. You need to get verified. And Pegs, I did look it up. It is 100K. It is 100K. So 100K subs, you can get verified. Yeah, yeah, Pegs, nice. After getting funded, yeah. I have a feeling tonight's stream's going to be a lot lighter on the views, strictly because the market's just not moving around, so people are giving up on it. Mason, just to give you a heads up, I anticipate tonight being a little light. So I have noticed that when the market's tough trading during the regular trading hours, there aren't as many people tuning in, right? Not even close. And yeah, I mean, I'm chilling right now, Mason. But I almost get the feeling that like people got wrecked throughout the day, right? And they just aren't feeling like being at the charts. Yeah, there you go, Pegs. Exactly. Exactly. They just want nothing to do with the markets right now. They're still angry. You hate these markets, Brad. Yeah, it's I mean, obviously they're sleepy tonight, right? Like, there was big moves last night, big moves today during RTH. The market's got to breathe every now and then. It can't just be constant power moves. Well, Mason, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to stay on for a little bit. Obviously, I'll be on for another hour at least. But I don't know if we're going to, I don't know if we're going to hit our 700 goal by Sunday. We might, if we get that video out. You can trade normal markets, Brad, but your volatility is tough. So here's the trick, right? Like, when it's highly volatile, it's all about where you execute. Like, it definitely is about where you're executing, right? If you have a good eye for major support, major key levels, it's really not that easy, and the tells are really actually easier than it is in normal market conditions. There's not as much chop around the level, and you do get those clean wick and reclaims or break and retests, and they're instant, right? They're the tap and go type trades. So it's easier, but it's also a lot easier to miss the entry because it happens so fast, right? Like, this happened really fast. You had a couple minutes. Yeah, Pegs, I'm glad that's sticking. I'm glad that's sticking. I figured it being me naming it something stupid would make it stick with people and resonate with people, so that they knew, hey, I'm gonna get effed if I trade here, so let's just not trade here. Right? You might get lucky and catch one of the up or down moves in that area, but generally you're going to get chopped if you're executing anywhere in the middle of that area. They're pretty easy to spot though, Pegs. Like if you just zoom out on your, you know, go to like a, I don't know, like a 15-minute chart. If you saw that price was chopping in a certain area, especially multiple days out of the week or the last 2 weeks, and it was there for a long period of time, right? Like say more than 3 hours, you generally know that you should not be executing in that area. Some people are killer range traders like that. I just don't. I can't do it. I can't do it. The only way that I'm going to trade in those positions is if I'm largely in profit and price goes into that area and doesn't give me a reason to get out, right? Like that's the only reason that I would ever execute in those kind of areas. I mean, you can ask Mason. Ask Mason about the GFZ zone. He's probably taken 22 trades in that zone. 23 trades. I don't know. He's taking a lot of executions at 460. That's the right mindset there. That's the right mindset there. Like, look, guys, if you have to take 20 executions at one price level, right, expecting for that to be the move, it ain't the move, right? Like, that is not what you want to see. You don't want to be taking, you don't want to have 20 executions from the same price in both directions. Let's put it that way. You don't want to be doing that. Can you come out unscathed? Sure, you can, but it's not a high probability that you will. Oh gosh, guys, the 350 chop is not what I'm looking for at all. Yeah, Pegs. I mean, I'm not interested. Like I said earlier, right there, what I just said. I'm not interested in taking multiple executions off the same level. I tried it once. I kind of got lucky. I got a horrible fill. I was able to get out, break even, but I am not interested in this. At this point, I would need to see the clean break above 370, the pullback into 370, and the hold above for a long. Yeah, exactly, Pegs. Barcode action is not what we want to see. Or at least not what I want to see. And I would hope that I'm also past the point of like just getting into a position just for the stream purposes as well and entertainment purposes, you know? I used to do that all the time when I was streaming during RTH because like the chat would be dead. You know, I'd have like, I don't know, 15 viewers in there. I'd be getting bored twiddling my thumbs when the market wasn't doing anything, and I would get into a position just out of like boredom almost. It was dumb. Then I'd lose a bunch of money. And then have to claw my way out after the stream. Those were fun times, Mason. Those were not fun times. They were fun for you. Watching me lose, watching me be down 800. Oh yeah, Mason. Like that is the one bad thing about going to Globex, right? Is there's a certain there's a certain percentage of our community that really shouldn't be staying up to watch my streams anymore. Not good for the health, not good for the sleep pattern. But unfortunately, they just, well, this stream aside, obviously. You never want to see me lose. Yeah, it just like this was the move that had to be made for the channel. We needed to try something different, for sure. The channel was becoming stagnant and stale. We were seeing no new subs. We were seeing very little engagement from the community members that were a part of the community as well, because most people are trading during the day. You know, it's not their fault. I completely understand that. I'm not blaming them, but if we were gonna want the channel to grow and succeed, we needed to make some sort of shift. And it was the right shift. I mean, the last month has been great. I do anticipate some lulls as well along the way. You know, like there will be periods where it's not as. Yeah, Pegs, I don't know. I haven't tried. What's up, Aragorn? How are you? I haven't tried doing like an afternoon stream, right? Like I haven't tried doing like a power hour type stream at all. It'd be worth a shot at some point. It'd also be worth a shot, and this would be brutal on me, Mason, but doing a London Open stream. But that would be very, very early in the morning my time. Yeah, Mason, you'd love that, wouldn't you? Yeah, because that would be what, like 3 a.m. my time? I mean, I would definitely have to go to bed early, right? Guys, I'm normally in bed by like 11 p.m. my time. Oh, Aragorn, the trading's been very, very good. Very, very good over the last month. I have zero complaints about my trading over the last month. I was telling the community earlier, like I perform better in a bull market, and obviously it's been a bull market. So yeah, it's it's been great. 5K weeks on repeat. Yeah, it's a W for sure. I don't know. I've just been seeing it really, really well. I mean, you guys can kind of tell, those that have access to my trading plans, you guys can kind of tell that I'm seeing the market really well, right? Like, just by what I'm posting in those trading plans, you know, before the market even opens, and then watching the market play out. And it's pretty much doing exactly what I want it to. Like, it is, sometimes I even shock myself. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I shock myself even. But yeah, over the last 2 months, it's been easy trading. it's been easy trading actually. Not too many stressful days. Or at least for me, right? Like I can't speak for everybody. There's been some people that have struggled, right? And I hate to be that guy that's like, "Oh yeah, I'm killing it." That's why I don't really post my P&L a whole lot in the Discord anymore as well, because I never know, I never want to make somebody feel bad who's having a rough day, right? So I try to like not do it as much. I don't know. It just feels wrong when you know you've seen someone post a big loser or whatever, and then you've made 4K on the day. It feels wrong like going and posting that 4K day right after somebody's posted a massive loss or is struggling. Why do we have selling pressure, Andrew? So that move up last night, because it was news induced. Like we knew that the market was going to go down, right? We've had that gap that we needed to fill. What's up, George? We've had that gap down below that we've needed to fill for a couple weeks now. So that move up last night was actually just a liquidity grab, technically, right? It was news driven. So impulse buying. And because it was a news driven like that, generally those news driven moves get retraced. It just happened a lot faster this time. So like it happened the day after. But generally when you have big selling pressure like this, it's going to be continued selling pressure. And with that gap still hanging at that massive 250 point gap that we left behind a couple weeks ago, still luring down there as a potential target for shorts, that's why you're seeing the continued like selling pressure, in my opinion. Right? Have we gone any higher than we did last night? We were probably heading right to all-time highs with no reason to go to all-time highs, really. Andrew, are you feeling like you're on the wrong side of the market a lot right now? I've seen it happen where like, people try to short into big up moves like we've seen, because it's kind of been a grind up. And then as soon as they are like, okay, screw it, I've been wrecked enough on the short side, I'm flipping my bias to long, and I'm only looking for longs. Is almost when the market turns around on you, and you have that couple day stretch where the selling pressure's there. If you're in that spot right now, I feel for you, Andrew. But you'll get through it, brother. It was the gap for, yeah, Brad. Yeah, that Sunday open gap that was like 250 points on NQ. Let's see if, let me go spot it here. This one. This needs to get traded again. Right? At least a partial fill. I mean, it doesn't have to, right? But it's been in the back of my mind this whole time. And what's crazy, guys, is I've been trying to short this ever since, right? Like, I have taken way more shorts than I've taken long positions. I've just been executing in the right areas, is the thing. So I've been able to capitalize on the short side moves. Yeah, Brad. I mean, it makes sense for them to. They do have to take a breath from time to time. Like, that's a lot of upside movement that we saw. Yeah, Pegs, you just want to get... Pegs, you should be good tomorrow. You're one trade away from a funded, brother. You are 20 points away from a funded account. But do me a favor, Pegs, as well. When you get that funded account, if you're feeling that anxiety and that emotion on that first trade, take that trade off. Don't take that trade. Oh, Andrew, yeah, you're in that little cycle where everything you're on the wrong side all the time. Yeah, Pix, because I know. Optical. You're about to do everything opposite of what you're feeling. It seems to do opposite every time. Yeah, we've all been there. I have definitely been on the wrong side of the market a lot, right? Like, I've been there. I learned a while ago that when it's like that for me, though, I know I don't need to be trading. When I feel like that, I know that I need to take a time off, take a breather, let the market settle down a little bit, you know, pick a direction and go. That usually happens to me in choppy areas. I'm not typically on the wrong side of the market a lot. You're very, very good at shorting right when it goes long. Yeah, I think so. Here's the thing, guys. The reason why I was a bull in the beginning was because I realized that 80% of the time the market, we are in a bull market, right? Like 80% of the time markets go up. 20% of the time markets go down. So the odds are in your favor to be a bull right from the jump. They just are over time, and there's 100 years of evidence to prove it, you know. So with that in mind, being a good long side trader is key. However, what lures people into the short side trade, right, is it's fast, quick, big money. And I think it's that adrenaline rush when the market's tanking like that, when you're in a short side trade, is why people get addicted to only shorting the market. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. In long positions, I mean, I guess they're called long for a reason. You know, you're in them for a long time, so you're having to hold for a long time to make the money. However, the downside moves are fast. And it is an adrenaline rush when you catch that big, you know, 100-point candle, 1 minute candle down. But we need to know how to be able to play both sides. Yeah, we got to be able to flip that switch. Yeah, George. I mean, there's 100 years of evidence saying the markets go up, right? Like, think about it. Just 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, after COVID, the NASDAQ was trading at nearly 6K. We are currently in 4 years' time, and the NASDAQ's been around 30 years, 40 years at this point. We are now trading at 3x that price. So in 4 years, we have 3x the NASDAQ value. So it's like, you know, all you really have to do if you want to flip your mindset is put on a continuous contract or a front month contract, zoom out. Let me expand this a little bit here. And tell me what you would do. What's the higher probability trade here? In any of this, really. What's the higher probability trade? And this goes all the way back to 2019 here. That's 2018, really. Tell me, where do you think the buyers or the sellers made more money when you're looking at this chart? The buyers, clearly. Okay. So automatically bulls have an advantage. Automatically bulls have an advantage, right? 80% of the time the market's going up. It's just the way that it is. So, but we also need to realize that there's going to be periods of time like this in here where obviously the bears are winning, right? Like there's downside pressure, but generally it's because of economic. Oh, nice optical. Yeah, I'm glad I can provide some value. You still need to be able to recognize both sides of the equation, right? Like intraday, because we're day traders, we don't necessarily care about a 10-year chunk of time on an index per se. But this right here is a very good chart pattern. People will love this. On a daily, we are literally looking at a cup and handle here. Like we are literally looking at a cup and handle here. So I expect a little sideways action probably through the summer, right? And then I'm expecting us to take all-time highs at some point, right? Nobody knows when that is. I don't know when that is. And we definitely need to be aware of the short side coming into play from time to time and it being heavy from time to time, because a 1% move that happens now because of where we're trading is not what a 1% move was 3 years ago. Take you on, Sin. Sin, are you a perma bear? Do you like just shorting the market? Oh, that 350 short would have played, huh? I was explaining that and wasn't paying attention to the markets. But yeah, I mean, moves like that are what we need to be able to capitalize on. Moves like that too, you know, which is why I've really been focusing on me being able to short the market and trying to fix a glaring weakness in my trading, because I'm a much better long side trader than I am a short side trader. Oh no, George. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dump right there. That is a definite move down off that 350 level. But yeah, guys, I hope you understand what I was saying and why I was a bull for so long. Yeah, George, sometimes missing the move that you saw happening is worse than taking a loss. I agree with you on that front. Sometimes it's psychologically and emotionally taxing. Sin, not tonight. Oh, you cracked me up. Sin, where you been? This is the first time I've seen you in the chat in a minute. Have you been have you been pestering other streamers? Have you been having fun out there? Oh yeah, Brad. I mean, well, technically we all missed, you know, $100 million move on Bitcoin back in 2012. You know, if we really want to go there. Oh no, optical. Yeah, that's. Hey, I mean, I got stopped out as well. I went break even on that 350 short, but I was well, I wasn't 350. I got a horrible fill. Oh no, you had the earnings date wrong? Oh no. Oh no. I mean, is the volume really this low that we're having these jumpy flushes and moves? You know, like, is it really that low? It was priced as if they were curing cancer. They tanked that. Optical, yeah, brother, yeah. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'm doing Sunday through Thursday nights, Globex sessions starting at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. That's the current schedule. So yeah, I stream pretty much every night. Well, every night the market's open. Let's put it that way. Yeah, we're happy to have you, brother. Happy to have you. If you want to, I do have a free Discord as well. There's a link in the description down below the video. We do hang out in there. You can already, you can definitely join up there too if you want to have some trader talk with some boys and girls. There's girls in there too. But yeah. You're more than welcome to join up. We don't, it's all free. We don't charge for anything. George is out there trying to get revenge on the markets right now, I see. He is not happy. I mean, you got it, right? Did it hit 310, right? Did that get there? Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Did that miss you? It should get you if it didn't hit there. Yeah, that should grab you. You should at least get this wick, I would think. But man, it's jumpy. Man, it's jumpy. You cut it at 314 already? I mean, I think you get another test of 300. It'll just depend on if we hold 300 or not. Remember, like I said, there was going to be support there. There's prior support here. So like 300 will be the tell on whether we're heading further down or whether we're coming back up to 350. Yeah, we got a good community, Optical. There's about, I mean, I don't know how many are bots. There's about 200 people in there. All are, you know, there to learn for the most part. Don't get me wrong, there's some trolling that goes on in there because a few of us have known each other for a few years. I used to do pre-market trading plans in Trades by Matt's Discord, and that's how everybody kind of knows who I am. Please don't buy. Sin, you still short, brother? What are you, Sin, are you short NQ right now, or what are you short? But yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of trolling that goes on in there, but it's all usually in good fun. And if it gets out of hand, I put a stop to it generally. Boys will be boys, kind of thing. Gotta have a little trolling. Yeah, I mean, it definitely goes on in there. You'll see. A lot of us have known each other for a few years, so like it's all in good fun for the most part. Obviously, that Discord is a reflection of me, and doing what I do, I kind of have to have some limits to the trolling and what goes on in there, because it's kind of a reflection of my YouTube channel, so to speak. But yeah. The other founders, one is Mason. He's my editor on this YouTube channel and good friend. And then Albu. Albu Trading is more, He trades futures, but he's more an options data guy. Very, very smart guy. He's from Germany. Very good trader in his own right. And then we have, you know, Banana Bread Trades, who has a YouTube channel. He's a very, very good trader as well. He's a member in there. He has his own free Discord too, which you can join. It's a good spot to be, man. Probably, I don't know. It's probably one of the better free communities out there, you know? Yeah. That's about all I have to say on that. Honestly, Optical, there's the best ES trader I've ever seen is in our Discord. Just to give you a heads up. The best ES trader I've ever seen is in our Discord. Hands down. You will be shocked. You will be absolutely shocked when you see this guy's entries and exits and holds on positions, and you'll be shocked. I don't know how he does it. Like, I consider myself a decent trader. This guy blows me out of the water. Like, he just, I don't know how he does it. I haven't figured it out. The best I've ever seen. Yeah, Pegs. It's. I mean, the guy. He's probably. Well, you know what's crazy, Pegs, is he's probably still holding that ES position right now, as we speak. He is short, probably still currently from, I want to say 6,002. Yeah, he's probably still short from way up here. He is short from right here. With 3 minis currently. Over 100-point move on 3 minis. I mean, Pegs, I've seen it on repeat for a couple years. This is what he does. He catches every major swing in the market. Every major swing in the market. Yeah, George, he's the best I've seen. And I've watched it for 2 years. He's the best. He's the best trader I've ever seen. I've seen people make more money, right? Like but not as consistent. Like, he is so consistent. You know, this position, what is he? I mean, he's up over 20K on this position. In one day. After just getting out of his prior position being a 10K position plus. You know? He's just, it's unreal. It's unreal. I've never seen anything like it. And I've watched it for 2 years. I can't explain it. I don't know how he does what he does, but he does it well. He's probably watching right now. Probably, he's probably watching. He'll probably message me, yes, I'm watching. Yeah, bro. Like I said, well, okay, so we hit. Wait until I see you, Sin. All right. Yeah, Sin, join the Discord. You can post your entries and exits in there. No, he is though. He's that good. Even Goose says it. Even Goose is like, dude, this guy, this guy is unreal. And Goose is a hell of a trader in his own right, you know. You're the best there is? All right. I'd like to be the best there is. I'm definitely not the best there is. I think I'm too risk averse for to ever be the best there is, right? Oh, George, yeah, come on in. There's plenty. There's plenty of people who struggle in there as well, right? Like it's not just a room of A+ traders. There's people that want to learn. Um, it's it's a good little community. It's a good mixture of traders. Yeah, Pegs. I'm not like I'm not ever going. I don't think I'm ever going to be, you know, the world's best trader. I don't think I'm ever going to make the most money because of the way that I trade and how much risk I put on, and I'm just not willing to put on a ton of risk. So I don't know that I'm ever going to be that, but I'm consistent. Andrew. I'm consistently profitable, so that's, consistently on average, 1,000 to 2,000 a day. Enough to live comfortably. No, George, you'll find a lot of people in that position, and none of them are scared to say it. Oh, nice, Tony. Nice, Tony. GG's. Chad, give Tony a GG's. 2K day is huge. Sin is just, it should go. It's Sin, you're on the right side. If you're short, like, you're on the right side right now. There is lots of selling pressure. I think you at least get 250 to 230 out of this. It's the move that makes sense. That would be the next area where there might be a bounce. Sin, you are the best. Sin, where you been? You never answered my question. you've been in other people's chat causing a ruckus. He was too busy looking in the mirror saying his mantra. No, Sim is a self-proclaimed streamer trolling guy. he goes into PW's chat and gives him hell. Who else did he get? I want to say he went and got Alpine too. Got Alpine's feathers are all ruffled. Yeah, yeah, and PW. Yeah. You rule. Crack me up, dude. Oh, you're a funny guy, Sid. You crack me up. No one can DCA like you, George? Oh, no. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. That's funny. Well, it looks like we reclaimed 300. I think that this needs to get traded before we get back up to 350, though. I could be wrong, but I'm wanting to say that this is the move. This is a pretty heavy sell off this level. I want to say that 250 is probably the logical target on the short side. There are some blocks down around 21,100 as well. Tomorrow could be one of those free-for-all Fridays, guys. It's shaping up to look like that. I mean, it kind of makes sense looking at the daily. Wow, the daily's all zoomed out now. Looking at the daily, if you remember what I said last night, pullbacks into the daily 20 SMA. Don't exit the chat, stay. Pullbacks into the daily 20 makes sense. Anytime we get too far extended away from it, price generally wants to come back and test this at least. It likes to act as support. So I can see it pulling back, you know, at least into these SMAs here. Let's see, what's the top of this daily candle here? Like 240-ish? Megamind, you doing some drinking over there? You thought it was Saturday? Although UK time, it's getting pretty late. You're cooked. All right. Yeah. I mean, not really if you think about it, Pegs, right? Like, this is only a, you know, not even a 400-point move. I mean, we saw that today. We saw way more than that today. So a pullback does make sense. Right? Like, I wouldn't even mind, say, 20,500. You know, come back here, test this area a little bit, and then create another leg up. I know, Pegs. It is so weird. Like, when I started trading, it was like, you know, a 200 to 300 point move was a massive day. That was a massive day. So it was like 200 to 300 points happened like once every 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Now you get that move. I mean, that's a lame day in the markets these days. Yeah, I've had to adapt. I've had to definitely adapt. But Pegs, like, people always ask me, you know, how did I get to where I was? When I started trading, it was fairly easy, right? Like, we were in a major bull market right after COVID. So it was easy trading. It was just a buy the dip scenario. Yeah, Tony, I'm thinking a red day today. Like, we've already cracked the lows from today. I'm thinking that it's going to be a red day. We weren't able to push back up much above not even, did we even get to 400? We smacked at 400. So I'm thinking it's going to be a red day. I could be wrong. It could just be a sideways day, but I'm not seeing that we get, you know, aggressive buying at this point after this kind of a sell-off. Right? I'm just not seeing that. So I'm anticipating either sideways range bound action or another down move, another big red candle. You know, we could very easily try to retrace this move. I mean, we'll see what happens when I wake up in the morning. That could change with the overnight action and the London session, but I'm thinking that it's not going to be... Will there be volatility? Sure. But I'm not thinking that we're going to see a major leg up and retrace the whole sell-off from today. Right? We basically retraced the whole buy-up, which means there's selling pressure for sure. But we do also need to keep in mind we are in a bull market, and anything can happen, right? Yeah, Tony, I'm with you. Like, we need... It needs to pull back. I'd love to see an attempt at the gap fill. I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow, obviously. You know, the gap starts 800 points lower from where we're at currently. So I don't think that's going to happen either. However, we do need some downside. At least for me to be comfortable in trading. I'm much better when I have structure to play off of. When there's easily definable levels, I'm a much better trader. I don't like trading all-time highs. You know, it's pretty much guesswork. You're an old man, there is no tomorrow, Sin? Oh no. Yeah, Pegs. I mean, we get that move for sure. I mean, you should have levels on your chart now that you can play off of, and at least you know your risk. Like I said, your risk is defined and your targets are large when you're a levels trader, when you're a support and resistance trader. I mean, everything else that we add to our setups, guys, is like, it's just extra tools that we purchase to put in the tool belt, right? But the foundation, like the actual tool belt itself, should be some form of support and resistance, and whatever you use to define that. And really, that's... If you're only executing at those areas, there's no reason why you couldn't be profitable. So if you're an unprofitable trader, keep that in mind. Just think about that. Trading doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You don't need to, you know, it doesn't have to be that way. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. It's hard because you're fighting your inner demons a lot, but as long as you have a good framework to work with, there's zero reason why you can't make money. Zero reason. Trade with proper risk. Have logical targets in mind. Achievable targets in mind. And you should see your account balances grow. Maybe not as fast as you'd like, but they will grow. And probably faster than you thought. And then, like I said before, it's not about changing the way that you trade more so than just the scalability of the way that you trade, right? You scale up. You don't change how you trade. You just scale up when it's appropriate. Wow, we're coming right back into that 350 level. Yeah, Tony, it's a good like if especially if you're a micros trader. Like I was talking to Mason this evening um about possibly going from trading one mini to 5 micros, right? Because you're trading half the size. Yeah, I see that, Brad. The POC rejection. Um, but what that's going to do, is it's going to allow your trades to breathe a little bit more, right? With half the risk on. You're not changing necessarily your bracket, your risk, other than cutting it in half and allowing for runners, right? Yeah, exactly, Tony. And then when your account balance is appropriate, then you go to, minis, or just go to 10 micros and do the same thing with 10 micros. The biggest leap that you're going to make in that scaling plan is going to be from 1 mini to 2 minis. That's going to be the hardest jump that you're going to make in that process. But the math is the math. You're trading 5 micros. You only have 50% of what you're normally risking. But it could be exponentially the amount of profits that you're normally targeting, right? How many times have you gotten in with 1 mini, moved your stop to break even too quick, and got wicked out of a winning trade? And had you just not moved that stop, you would have had a banger trade on, This, doing it that way, will allow you to, say, take half your position off at 20 points, leave the other 2 behind, right? Leave the other 2 at its original stop and let it ride. And then you might have a big trade on your hands with those 2 runners that you add on. And even if you do take the full stop on those 2 runners, you're still coming out positive because you took half your position off. Actually, more than half if you're on 5. Yep, Tony, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the math makes sense, though, does it not? Like, it's actually really simple math to do, but it makes sense to do it that way when you're building a small account. The problem is we started trading minis because of prop firms, right? We would never, if we had a small personal account, we would never put a mini on, ever. We would never put a mini on. It's just too much risk. Or not enough breathing room, whichever way you choose to look at it. But you can make a lot of money with micros. You can make a lot of money with micros. And who knows when you get in that trade where you've caught the top or bottom of a 500-point day, like today, if you had caught the top or bottom. Those micros add up quick at 500 points, especially if you've got 2 runners on. No way are you holding a mini through all that, though, because you're watching, multi-$1,000 swings in your P&L. Yeah, $150 optical. That's that's really tight. Yeah, that's tough. Tried to pass a 300K with micros. What's the profit? Is it like 20K on a 300K? Is that your profit target? Tried to pass a 300K with micros. Yeah, well, I mean, what do they allow you? Like 60 micros? I mean, that's crazy. 150 micros, maybe, even if they allow 15 contracts. $600? Are you kidding me? Imagine managing that position. Beat the commissions. Yeah. Yeah. The commissions on that is crazy. 60 micros for a 50K account. Okay. Yeah. Or 50. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay, so 350 is what they allow. Yeah, that's still crazy. That's nuts. That is nuts. Like, trying to manage that is like, I mean, what do? Take 50 off here, 50 off there, you know, like. Oh no, market's coming back. Let's take 150 more off. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, 35 minis. I can't even imagine. So I did have a friend who had a large account, who I have seen somebody trade 300 plus mini contracts in one trade, and it about made me want to throw up. In fact, it was so distracting watching his position that I had to turn it away. I had to turn away at certain points. I had to turn away at certain points. Put it this way, I've seen a swing of minus 4.5 mil, and the very next day make 6.5 mil. I have seen this a lot. Yeah, Pegs. I wanted to. How about this? The rookie numbers optical says. How about this? Short 300 minis in queue at 8% up on the 12% up day. Turn around the next day. Turn around the next day and take another short position and make it all back and then some. I couldn't believe the broker was allowing this kind of trading, first and foremost, right? Like, I don't know what broker out there allows this kind of stuff to go on. But B, how do you hold after you see even, you know, a mil disappear? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not built that way, I guess. I don't know. You guys are asking the same questions that I do every time I think about it. I have no idea. I have no idea. But yeah, it legitimately happened, and yes, I wanted to throw up all over the place. I couldn't even trade. I was so invested in that position on back-to-back days that I couldn't even trade myself. I couldn't even concentrate on my trade because I was so sick and like emotionally damaged that I just couldn't trade. I was sitting there like yelling at him, like, get out of this position. Get out of this position when it was down like 800K. I'm like, get out of this thing. Like, that's enough. And he goes, you know what, Wes? You know what's weird is I don't feel a thing. I'm like, brother, you don't feel a thing? How do you not feel a thing? Oh, now you're down a mil? Oh, you feel anything yet? Like, just, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Absolute insanity. It just doesn't make sense. We're up 8%. How do we keep going up? I'm like, brother, the shorts are getting liquidated. This is a short squeeze of all time. They've already had to get out of their positions and flip long to hedge. Like, get out of the short, bro. Like, that's what makes sense right now. We're up 8% and you're shorting. Like, what are you doing? I'm just happy. I'm just happy that he got out. He got out unscathed, and I don't even know if he's traded since. Later, George. Yeah, we'll see you. I'll be back Sunday evening, Globex. Pop in and say hello. Andrew, check Discord. Oh, come on, man. Eight bottles of Dom. 6K on Dom Perignon. Are you kidding me? Andrew, I mean, your hotel has got to be one of the more expensive hotels in the world. That's crazy. $740 a bottle for Dom. That's nuts. Is that for that presidential suite, Andrew? Oh, Pegs. Of course, Sin's still in that trade. Sin holds. He holds. Guys, like, I mean, look at this bill. Oh. I don't know if I should show this live on stream now that I think about it. Rookie numbers. Rookie numbers, Optical says. Where was the other one, Andrew? Did you post the, what was it, a 3-day stay in the presidential suite? Here it is. Here it is. How about this invoice for your hotel stay? Okay. PC, stop doing crazy things. How about this invoice? 40K. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. you know you know, Pegs, he's posted other ones that were up. I think that's the biggest one that I've seen, but I've also seen like he had one that was in the mid 30Ks, and that's a 4-day stay, so 10K a day. That's wild. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my goodness. Nuts. Nuts. That's a life I'll never know. That is definitely a life I will never know. Yeah, Pegs, that's what I was thinking. Go live with you in the morning, Sin? Sin, are you a streamer? Do you stream your trading? If so, what's your channel? Or are you saying go live on my channel? Is that what we're saying? You have none. Okay. you want to come on my channel? Yeah, you can come on, bro. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. If you really want, if you're serious, Sin, just send me a DM and we'll try to get something scheduled for sure. I'm not gonna stream in the morning. But yeah, anybody that's interested in coming on the live stream, just reach out to me, and we'll try to get something scheduled and get you on. You know, like, unfortunately, OBS sucks at sharing guest charts. I got to figure out something better showing guest charts because they always come across really blurry through Discord. So we got to figure out another way to show guest charts. Maybe a different software or something. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. But yes, and you can definitely come on. I have, we have trading with the boys that I've done in the past. The proverbial podcast at some point. Pegs, I don't know. Those are kind of hard to do, right? Because you PW respects you and Alpine, and now it is me. Okay. Yes, and I mean, like I said, anybody's welcome to come on. I don't. I'd like to give other traders a platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, the channel's not all about me. The community is very, very much a part of this thing. I'm not so self-indulged to be like, nah, it's just me, bro. Nah, it's all about me, bro. No, the community is a big part of any kind of success that I see is in large part because of you guys. So I like giving back to you guys, right? And if you guys want to come on the stream for a stream, come on the stream. That's easy setup for me at this point. Easy to do. As long as you're a member of the Discord community, it's really easy to do. Vincent was on the Words of Wisdom podcast today. Yeah, that podcast. He's gotten pretty, like, that podcast has grown quite a bit. I remember, all the influencer traders have been on that podcast. He's had real traders, real institutional traders on that podcast as well. Yeah, I haven't watched it, Pegs. I'll have to take a look at it. Like I said, I don't really watch any other like streaming traders at all. I kind of stick to my own plan. I found that when I start watching paying too much attention to what's going on in the trading world and internet, that it kind of creates noise and cloudiness in my head, and usually my reads are pretty good, so I trust my own read. I don't want to listen to what everybody else is doing anymore. I just want to trade what I'm seeing and trade my analysis rather than having everybody else in my ear. So I kind of tune all the rest of the internet trading out. I even really haven't watched TBM in a while. Yeah, Andrew, that's still a lot though. Even at 5 guys, right? Like, what does that suite hold? Does it hold like up to, like 20 people or something like that? It's basically a whole floor of your hotel, right? $8K per person. That's still crazy. Are you kidding me? For a 4-day stay? So $2K a night, they're all paying? Yeah, I don't know. I can think of a lot of other ways to spend that money. Oh, it's a standalone. So they have their own building. Okay, that makes a little more sense. But still, I definitely wouldn't pay for it, right? Like if somebody else was paying for it, sure, I'd stay there, but I'm not paying for it. I can think of a lot of other ways to spend that kind of money. Did you have 8K worth of fun? Yeah, you know. But yeah, no, Pegs, I don't really watch any other streamers. I just try to concentrate on my own trading. Not hear any of the noise or see any of the noise. I found that when I was doing that, everybody's trading has a different trading style and says that their trading style is the way to go. Hey, follow me. Hey, buy my mentorship. Hey, pay me this, do that. No, I'm good. I'm good. And honestly, most of what you see out there, there's very few. Like Vincent's good on that end where like he's trading his personal account. He shows his brokerage statements. That whole thing. He's very good on that front. He's very honest. He talks about big losses. I agree with all that, right? Like, but anymore, most of these guys are doing the whole copy trade, every prop firm account out there and trying to post really big numbers. But what they're not telling you is, hey, I blew thousands of accounts to get here to hit this one big trade kind of deal. Not you. You don't like people, Sin? Yeah, Trading in the Zone's nice. That's a cool book for sure. Well, guys, I'm probably going to call it there for the evening. I mean, it's 10 o'clock my time. I've been live for almost 2.5 hours. It's a long stream for me. Markets aren't really doing much. I'm not interested in executing at the 350 level anymore. So I'm probably going to call it there for the week for the streams. I will be trading. I'll be looking at the markets tomorrow. I don't know if I'll necessarily trade. As I've said in the past, Fridays are generally my worst trading day of the week. I don't know why. But I'll be definitely being patient tomorrow. I will be back. Yeah, nice meeting you too, Optical. I will be back Sunday evening at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Tentatively. It might be a little bit later that night. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate the chat, the hangout. If you're lurking still, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Also, join the free Discord. Link is in the description down below the video. If not, guys, if I don't see you or talk to you until Sunday, enjoy your weekend. Have a good time, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.